Now to a CBS News New York exclusive. Long Island sisters who own a fast food restaurant are navigating a legal nightmare. They were sued for millions of dollars because they paid their workers every other week and not weekly. They helped change the law, but it comes too late to help them. Carolyn Gusoff has a story every business owner should hear tonight.
This was her dream, so we did it.
Sisters, mixing family with business.
Just going to get those three things.
Patty DeMint and Michelle Roby combined savings and loans to build a Dairy Queen franchise, which quickly became a Medford sweet spot.
You hear that?
Yeah, the energy here is incredible.
Thank you so much. That's my version.
Supporting community and offering jobs.
This is my gate.
They are like family. You know, we're the DQ sisters, and they are part of our family. This is a car that we got from one of our employees.
Whether you're a felon, whether you're misplaced, whether you're 80 years old, whether you're 14 years old, everybody needs a place to call home as far as a job goes.
It's kept me out of trouble. It's like more like a family than just a regular business.
So they were blindsided by a blizzard of claims over a rule they had no clue they were breaking, paying employees every 2 weeks, just like DeMint had always been paid.
At McDonald's, you were paid bi-weekly.
Correct. My whole career. So to me, it was just normal.
Not even their payroll company or an audit by the New York Department of Labor flagged a problem.
No mention whatsoever of the fact that we were paying bi-weekly.
They were violating New York's frequency of pay law, which dates back to the Depression to prevent wage theft. The law requires manual workers be paid weekly, vaguely defining them as a mechanic, working man, or laborer who spends more than 25% of working time engaged in physical labor. This 2019 court ruling opened a floodgate of lawsuits. Labor law expert Howard Wexler.
And that really was the game changer here. It found that if you pay your manual workers not weekly, you're liable for essentially double the amount of what their earnings were.
The DQ sisters were slapped with a $6 million lawsuit.
I left because I didn't think it was a thing. Like, we've always been very diligent in paying our people.
So that was devastating.
And it would put you out of business.
Oh.
Not even just out of business, it would put us homeless.
Because everybody we had spoken to was like, this can't be right. This can't be right. You must be reading it wrong. There's something wrong. Like, it was so unbelievable.
They were being sued by a laid-off employee.
You know, she would say all the time, I'm gonna get you, I'm gonna get you. And she did.
She claimed she was owed overtime, but her case snowballed into a frequency of pay class action lawsuit against the DQ sisters.
They accuse you of, quote, very serious labor violations against your employees, including withholding paychecks without reason, refusing to pay overtime wages, shifts in excess of 10 hours without legal compensation. Did any of that happen?
No. Never.
No.
But there was no disputing the fact they had paid staff every other week.
If you work in New York, you might be owed money.
Law firms were soliciting people who were paid bi-weekly.
Employers, it's easily in the thousands in terms of lawsuits. It took what was a law that required you to pay your employees weekly into more of a gotcha based on a technical violation.
The DQ sisters set out to save themselves from ruin and change the law.
I spoke to every senator. I wrote letters to every senator.
This was a cash cow. I mean, let's be honest.
State Senator Dean Murray proposed a change to limit the staggering damages law firms were seeking.
They were pitching this as protecting the workers. There was nothing to protect them from. They were getting every penny they earned.
Opposed to the change, the New York State Trial Lawyers Association, which declined to comment for this story, as did the former worker named in the lawsuit and her attorneys. Labor unions fought against watering down the penalties.
I mean, it's horrible what happened to them, but then again, the law is the law. All employers should follow the law. We got to pay our bills. We got to pay the rent. We got to feed our family.
It was ridiculous to us because we knew we paid every employee every dime that they were owed.
In May, Governor Hochul closed the floodgates by changing the law so that businesses who pay every other week now only owe the interest on the late wages. But for the DQ sisters, it's a bittersweet fix that came too late.
It doesn't affect us.
It doesn't help us.
Unable to wait, they settled out of court for $450,000.
That is the sad irony of this whole situation. They're the heroes of New York businesses. I mean, every business in New York should be applauding them and thanking them.
I am happy for other small businesses who won't have to go through this. We still have to pay $500,000, and it's an expensive lesson.
Who are the winners in this case?
Everybody got pennies, but the lawyers, they're the ones who made all the money.
The head of Suffolk's Chambers of Commerce calls the case a travesty. He's working with Roby to keep business owners better informed when laws change.
It was a loophole. It was a small sentence in a law. We didn't know about it until it happened. And what they went through was unfortunate. It's a victory because it won't happen again because of what they did.
More laws may change due to their efforts. Senator Murray is trying to hold payroll companies responsible for mistakes like this and get the Labor Department to clarify what exactly is a manual worker.
They lost their own battle, the settlement eating up much of their livelihoods, but reversed a little-known law. Of the $450,000 settlement, more than $300,000 goes to lawyers and fees. Their former workers, who were paid every other week, stand to collect less than $200 each. In Medford, Long Island, Carolyn Gusoff, CBS News, New York.
And other much larger retail businesses in New York also face class action lawsuits for violations of the weekly paycheck law.